that we continue to live in a world where those who have interest in converting forest to non-forest uses have the upper hand in land use decisions. This goes back centuries. In a way, it makes sense. But what it is that we're living through a continuation of a situation where forests have been a sacrificial biome. They make room for population growth, for agricultural development, extension of livestock, infrastructure, etc., which all makes sense. But in the age of dangerous climate change, we can no longer afford this.
In an effort to preserve trees, the United Nations Initiative on Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Forest Degradation, commonly known as REDD in developing countries, enables companies, conservation groups and countries to invest in forests as offsets for carbon emissions.
The world must think of alternative living. It's no more feasible if you just think that, well, you can't kill your industry, and your industry is not doing the same, it's not doing what will reduce carbon emissions. They're just looking for a way of maybe using a window of opportunity in one part of the world. You must be responsible for your own emissions first. You must know that you are contributing, to global earth warming, and you must determine or define how you are reducing the level of your emission. Then you can assist others to increase the opportunities for reducing emissions. That can be additional. But first of all, the real demonstration is that, okay, in my country here, we know we are on so and so levels of emission, but we are bringing it down to by 10%, 20%. That is responsibility. I'm not saying that giving money to poor countries to reduce deforestation is not good, but at the same time, those countries who are giving them money must have their own responsibility of carbon emission reduction in their countries as well.
REDD is a lot about changing policies and incentives at the policy level, whether national or international, but ultimately what REDD aims to do is on the ground, in the villages, across the landscape, in the forests. And that's why subnational initiatives are so important. They are essentially the laboratory where the REDD experiment is being carried out. And this is where we're going to learn what's going right, what's going wrong, and what needs to be corrected.
Nigeria's forests, which currently extend over 9.6 million hectares, have been dwindling rapidly over the past decades. The current deforestation rate is estimated at 3.7%, which is one of the highest in the world. In 2009, the federal government, reinforced by pioneering efforts from Cross River State, started to engage in REDD+. The country became a partner country of the UN REDD program in February 2010. The Nigeria REDD Plus Readiness Program envisions a two-track approach to achieve REDD Plus readiness in Nigeria, based on the development of institutional and technical capacities at federal level and carrying out intense institutional strategy building and demonstration activities in Cross River State. The budget for Nigeria on the program from 2012 to 2014 was $4 million, and the partner agency was the Ministry of Environment.
As a country, we have our own peculiarities. We have our own underlying issues which we need to address in terms of environmental management. In terms of our view about the environment, we are becoming more interested and we are becoming more involved because we know that the reality is very, very serious. It's getting serious now. Environmental information management is getting much more, higher in the discussion. But whether action is taking place, I think we are still not really taking action as we should. And it's because of a number of factors. We have the highest population in Africa. Our land area is not more than the land area of Tanzania, or maybe a little bit more around that. And the population, so comparatively, we have a condition whereby our impact will be felt more on the environment, based on the human population. So that's one of the things. We have problems of, past, ineffective environmental management that has led us into having poverty in rural areas, higher deforestation rates among the countries in the world. We are a forest-rich country, By now, we're supposed to have, got a very good sustainable forest management system, which puts our forests in good, status of management. But now, we have lost much of our forest. So what I will say is that because we have to invest a lot in rebuilding the environment, what we need to invest more is direct environmental action. That is the time we can be seen as, helping ourselves to prove that we are performing better. So in a way, we have reasons why our performance has been low, but we have been weaker in terms of environmental action. And also, we all realize ministries, our policies are being reviewed with time, but are we taking pragmatic action? That's the answer. Do we really know about the Nigerian environmental issues? Are Nigerians' own designed solutions should be the ones that we address them. We have the forest reserves that are almost all degraded or degazetted or converted. What are we doing about it? We cannot bring somebody's solution and say, put it on the Nigerian situation. We have 1 or 2 cases of examples of what we have done right. Currently, our government approved the 10 billion support for the Great Green Wall, which that's a positive reaction in terms of desertification control, settlement management, and resource, but we have to do it right.
Conservationists work with community leaders and members to develop ways people can use their land and water to generate income while promoting natural resource conservation. They help local people create new agricultural products and practices, modify fishing techniques, generate ecotourism revenue, and provide recovery aid to areas devastated by violence and natural disasters. Investing in the current and future quality of life is the key to sound conservation practice.
Still need to go back to our policy. Our policy needs to be strengthened in such a way that all the various stakeholders, particularly the ministries, are to be brought together under one common umbrella. Not that one ministry is trying to outdo the other. There has to be cross-sectoral linkage among all the ministries that have direct relationship with the environment. Until this is done, we may not actually get it right. Also of paramount is the issue of the need to actually educate our policymakers at the federal level, the Federal Executive Council, the Cabinet, down to the state and local council levels. People making our laws, the policy shapers, opinion leaders, are to be properly educated. And that is why we still need to take the issue of environmental education to the next level by going from bottom to the top and from top to the bottom as well. Getting people as much as possible. Increase our public outreach program, increase the awareness drive campaign, and the sensitization program to actually let people see, appreciate what we stand to gain if we take proper care of the environment and what we stand to lose if we choose to neglect as we've been doing. And that is why we've not been really at it where we should be.
Well, that's our program today. We do appreciate your feedbacks. Do keep them coming. Our inbox at earthfile@channelstv.com is always available. Do make it a day with us next week when we'll open Earthfile with another issue on the environment. From me, Ayola Kasim, and the rest of the team, it's bye for now.